Salutations and welcome back to the Hypixel Network. We're gonna be playing some more Skywars and testing our PvP skills. So I just came back from, the final exam of one of my classes, and let me tell you, that was probably the easiest final exam, or exam in general, in any class that I've ever taken. And I know what you might be thinking, why would the final exam of a class be the easiest? That's illogical. Yeah, it's illogical, but it happened. I don't know why. Okay, I'm probably gonna get stabbed. And now, watch this. I can escape easily from the area that I'm in. You might be thinking, yeah, so for a final exam to be that easy, it seems kind of illogical, right? Yep, it's illogical. I don't know why it was as easy as it was, but it was. It was supremely easy. So let me explain how this went down. I got to the exam location, and they changed it from what it had been before. So that was fun, getting there. I still got there early, but it was a little bit confusing where I was supposed to go. I'm totally not going to win this round. But I got to the exam room. I sat down. I was ready to take this exam. And as soon as I, open the packet, as soon as I look at the questions, I'm just like, okay, these are all so incredibly, I know every single thing here. I'm able to do every single thing easily off the top of my head. I barely even have to search my brain to do it, and I should probably actually do anything that makes for more interesting content. Like that. That was interesting, wasn't it? My apologies if I jump off of the map on my own on occasion during this episode. I have not played Skywars in a while. But I have taken an exam fairly recently, which I was literally just explaining, and I don't know why I've decided that I need to explain it again. Why are you doing this? Why are you like this? Please. Okay. That was intense. So yeah, I took this exam. I know everything on it. So it was usually I made a video about this a while ago. Usually when I am taking exams, I have a little bit of fun, reading the questions, just exploring what's going on with a lot of the questions. This time, that was not the case. This time I did not have very much fun doing the questions, finishing things. I barely even had a challenge, and sometimes the challenge is what is fun about the exam. You challenge yourself with some of the questions. You just challenge yourself. That's fun for some people, obviously. Not all people enjoy a challenging exam, but I enjoy a moderate amount of challenge in my exams. But this exam was not challenging. There was nothing challenging about it. It was a physics exam, if anybody cares what subject it was on. It really doesn't matter what subject it was on. All you really need to know is it was supremely easy. To the point where, about midway through the exam, I was kind of just checked out. I did not really even want to finish it at all by that point. I felt like there wasn't really any point in doing it. It was so ridiculously easy. There were several questions where I would start things, and then I would think about, what are you doing? Okay, that was a fantastic clutch. I don't know what this person is doing, but I'm also, just generally bad at aiming. So I'm about midway through this test, and let me explain kind of how the test is formatted. So it's got 21 multiple choice questions and nothing else. It's just the 21 multiple choice questions, which for the most part, I'm a fairly good multiple choice test taker. I like multiple choice. I'm fairly good at multiple choice. It's just one of my strong areas, right? I was aware that it would be all multiple choice and all of that going into the test, so it wasn't Wasn't something that I was surprised by. And okay, wow, neat. It wasn't something I was surprised by. It was just it just existed, right? You know. So I'm good at multiple choice and all that. And I get to like question 10-ish around there of all of these multiple choice things, and at that point, I just kind of said, I'm bored. Like, I'm completely bored. I like this chest plate. Thank you. I'm bored of this test. I don't want to take any part in it anymore. It's not interesting to me. Right? I'm like, okay. Awesome. That was very close. And so we I'm not interested in the test really at all. I'm not interested in the questions. I just kind of look at the last question for a while, and I'm just like, well, not the last, but the question I'm on, and I'm just kind of like, I'm bored. I don't want to do this. I'm not interested in doing this. It's not something that I want to do. Okay, that was a simple fight. So I'm in the middle of my physics final exam, and I'm experiencing a sensation which I have never experienced before on any exam ever, and that sensation is boredom. I'm bored out of my mind, and I would like to actually bridge with blocks and not use my sword to do that complicated task. I'm bored out of my mind on my physics final, and I just don't care. Like, it's not just boredom, it's apathy. I am apathetic about this entire situation, right? And they still just don't care. Just simply do not care. This person's just like, I don't know what they're doing. Can I hit them? No, I'm bad. I cannot hit them. I kind of want to take a break from telling this story to like try and kill this person. What are they doing? Alright, back to the story. I'm bored out of my mind. This person's just not paying attention. Fascinating. So I am in the middle of my physics final exam, bored out of my mind, and now is when I reveal a little bit of information that will probably actually put into perspective, like, a little bit more of why I would actually be bored out of my mind during this incredibly important exam, the final exam in my physics course. Like, it is kind of important. You shouldn't be this apathetic about it, but I am. And the reason behind this is, before I even took the exam, I looked at my grades, right? I looked at my grades in the course, and I found that I had an A in the course. It was moderately okay. I like having an A in courses. That's generally a good thing. I want to keep the A through the physics final, so after the physics final happens, okay, that person just killed everybody. So after the physics final, I kind of want to maintain the A that I have. So while I'm looking at the grades, while I'm looking at my physics grade, I find out that if I want to maintain this A of mine, oh right, I'm not jumping into your lava, and you're jumping off the map yourself. GG, thanks for the ender pearl. So I've figured out, while looking at these grades, that if I want to maintain an A in this class after this final, if I want this final to not bring my grade down too much so that I don't have an A, I will need to have at least a 21%. a 21% on my final. Like, that's 21% of a of a 21 question test. And the 21 questions, each one is worth 5 points. So that's 105 points. And it's scored out of 100 points. So, like, I could get, like, extra credit on this by getting full marks. So I need to get around, like, 5 out of 20. That's like 25% of 20 is 5. If I were to bubble in random answers, because they're multiple choice, there are like 4 answers, there's 4 questions, You know, like, there's 4 answer options for each question. If I were to just bubble in random things, I would have a shot of I would have a shot of getting a 25% on this test. Now, if I were to fail completely, as in I don't show up, I don't take the test, I get a 0, I would still have like an 87 in the class. I would pass completely, I would have a B, it would be okay. I didn't want to do that, I wanted to like actually get more than a B, but whatever, you know, whatever. So that generally kind of messed a little bit with my motivation, I feel, because if I hadn't been if I hadn't known that I could literally do nothing and still pass, or bubble in random answers and probably get an A, I might not have decided to be so bored. But I was bored. It was boring, and I existed as a bored individual. I wonder if this person's gonna, like, attack me. It'd be fun if they did, but, it'll be fine if they don't, as well, I guess. Oh, wow. Nice. They fell on a... Alright, this person just does not want any shot at losing. That was a risky play. WTF, indeed. So, the moral of the story here is, never look at your grades. Always live in the dark, because if you look at the grades, then you might become completely demotivated for your test. Unless you get, like, really bad grades and know that you need to do really well on a test, in which case you should look at your grades. So, disregard everything that I've just said, honestly. Disregard it all. But either way, that's gonna be it from me for this episode. I hope you enjoyed, and stay safe. Goodbye.